Hi y'all, this is So Blessed. Welcome to the Blessed Place. Hi to all my new subscribers. Thank you for joining us over here on the Blessed Place. Y'all, a week ago today, I was on my way to work around 10 something in the morning, and I'm driving along and I'm behind this SUV, and out of nowhere, completely out. First of all, let me back up and say I'm on this 2-lane country road, and on both sides of the road there's cow pasture and fields of cows and horses. Well, out of nowhere, this large deer that I was later told was called a buck, this large deer leaps over the fence and over the bushes and is in the air. And I didn't see it leap. When I saw it, it was descending, and I saw this deer in the air, and I did not know if this deer was going to come down on the car in front of me, or come down on me, or hopefully come down on the roadway. Unfortunately, the deer came down head first, head-on collision with the car in front of me. Y'all, this lady was in an SUV. She hit this deer so hard that it cracked her windshield, flew back in the air, I don't know how many feet back in the air, came down and hit the side of her vehicle and dented the back of her vehicle. It was incredulous. I could not believe what I was seeing. She pulled over. I threw on brakes because when she hit this deer, first of all, I didn't know if it was going to come down and hit me or hit her. Then when she hit it so hard, it flung it back up in the air, and when it came down the second time, I didn't know if it was going to hit me the second time or hit her or hit the roadway and I was going to run over it. All of this just felt like slow motion. Like I said, she hit it twice, or it hit her twice. And I slammed on brakes, and the vehicles behind me slammed on brakes. I mean, this could have been at least a 5-car collision. Thank God there was no collision other than with the first car and the deer. She pulled over to the side. I pulled over to the side. The guy behind me pulled over. The guy behind her. At least 5 cars pulled over. Now, 3 of the 5 cars that pulled over, they were after the deer. I think they had deer meat on the brain. But me and the guy that pulled behind me, we had the driver, well-being in mind. So the lady got out and she had glass all over her. Her windshield was totally crushed. But I asked if she was okay, if she needed medical. She said she was fine, and she just kept thanking God that she was okay. And she said, I didn't see it. I didn't see it. And I can imagine she did not see this, because when I saw the deer was in the air. When you're in that area and you're familiar with that area, you know to drive safely, because deer are always out, especially at night or early dawn. But you never in a million years ever think the deer is going to be out 10 o'clock in the morning, and you definitely never in a million years would ever think that the deer is going to come falling from the sky like rain. And she was okay. She said she did not need medical. I called police for her, got the police rolling, and people were stopping and they were inquiring about the deer. Okay, this also too, let me back up. This is the thing about the deer. You know me, I was trying to get after I checked on the lady, I was trying to get my camera, because this was going to be the YouTube video. I go to get my camera, you guys, and this deer that took off her side mirror, dented up her windshield, hit the back of her car. Another car that was going like the opposite direction slightly bumped it, because now cars are slamming on brakes and swerving because this deer is partially in the roadway. Y'all, this bionic deer jumped up and shook it off and jumped the fence back over into the field and ran off. One of the guys that stopped said the deer was probably in shock. The deer was in shock? No, I was in shock. I could not believe what I had just witnessed. And then this deer jumped up like something from a movie and jumped back over into the field and ran off. I mean, I guess I'm sure he knew his life was at stake, because 2 or 3 of those people that stopped, they were more interested in that deer meat. They were like, oh man, how big was it? That's when I found out that they're called bucks. Because they were like, did he have horns? It's like, yep, he had the antlers or whatever the things are. And they were like, oh man, how big was it? It was really big. Oh, that's a buck. Do you know where it went? I mean, they all up and down the highway walking, looking for this deer. I stayed with the lady for a while. The police hadn't come about 15 minutes, but the guy that was there said he would stay with her until the police got there, and I went on because I had to get to work. But y'all, I could not believe what I had just witnessed. And now every day, now mind you, that was a week ago, 7 days, every day that I go that way to work and come back from work, y'all, I think that a deer is going to fall from the sky and crush my windshield. And then my worst nightmare is that it not only crushed my windshield, but that it would actually crush the windshield and fall into my car. Oh my God. Y'all, that was an ordeal, but I thank God that that lady was okay. And I took some pictures with my camera of her car, and I'm too lazy to try and upload it. Maybe one day I'll show you all. But that is something that stays with you when you see something like that. And then that got me to thinking, just imagine people who witness the most atrocious, heinous acts, whether they're the victim or witness, and just imagine those thoughts never leave you. Because for 7 days I've been seeing deers rain from the sky. Y'all be blessed.